Ash run in the second Silks of Gold Trip Owners. And here's a horse that's come from the UK, was called Scriptwriter, now called More Felons. Seems to be quite enjoying it here in Australia as well, if that Geelong run's anything to go by.
It was a really nice run in the Geelong Cup, wasn't it? Not necessarily, you know, the sort of pathway that you would see a Melbourne Cup winner come through. I think there's certainly horses that have got better form on paper to suggest that they're better winning chances. But, well, he's come over here, and Chris Waller is an absolute master at getting horses to peak on their grand final day.
The contrast between 12 months ago, when it was pouring with rain and everyone was diving for cover, and today, when the noise of the crowd from here to the track is so much more evident. There is Serpentine. We remember him from winning the Derby a few years ago. Frankie Gay Waterhouse is training there.
I was in the race.
Were you in the backwash?
We gave him that much rope, unbelievable. I think I rode it was English Kingdom. Yeah. I mean, it was unbelievable. And he's definitely also going to be up with the pace, make sure that it's a true run race.
Who else is going to put speed to this race, Grace, do you think? I wondered whether future history might jump forward with Holly Doyle.
Yes, correct.
Absolutely. They were, I think they've already made their intentions known from the stewards that they're going to be further forward from barrier 13 today, but Serpentine goes forward. We know that Vauban will want to be in the first couple as well.
100%.
He'll definitely want tempo on.
Absurd as well. He'll be close to the pace. It'll be a very honest 2-mile race today.
And if it all starts to fall apart, then who's going to be the horse we've completely not considered? Who's going to be the beneficiary of this? If it's a meltdown, as it could be.
I'm going with Military Mission for Gay Waterhouse and Adrian Bott, because this horse will not lack an ounce of fitness. So he'll love the tempo and he'll stay all day.
We ought to touch on the Japanese contender, Frankie, Breakup.
Yes, I don't know why we you know, the Japanese, wherever they go, they're so strong. They went to Saudi, they killed there, went to Dubai, they were second in the Classic in Santa Anita, and I think we just overlook at this horse. I mean, the Japanese, wherever they go in the world, are forced to be reckoned with.
Breakup. It's become the first Japanese horse since 2006 to win the race. Delta Blues led home Pop Rock in a Japan Exacta that year. Vauban just starting to feel the heat a little in the hands of Ryan Moore. All right then, let's nail our colours to the Melbourne mast. Frankie Dettori, who wins this race?
Absurd.
Oh, I like to hear you say that, Frankie. Look, I'm siding with Without a Fight. I think that he's the horse that is just peaking at the absolute perfect time. Only third start for the campaign in a Melbourne Cup, but I do like Absurd as well in the race.
And no prizes for originality from me. I believe Vauban will win this race. He was 4-1 last time I looked on the tote board. I think his connections think he should be 1-4. But Vauban it is for me in the Lexus Melbourne Cup. What do you like, Adam?
Well, who am I to disagree with the great Frankie Dettori? So I'm just going to go along those lines as well. And Absurd, I love the run under Frankie in the Ebor. So, yep, Absurd likes firm footing as well. Keep an eye on future history and Holly Doyle.
I'm going to do the tourist and take a selfie. Not now.
All righty. Not long now until these horses are going to be loaded into the barrier for the race that stops the nation. Just a few moments away. Mark Zara there, last year's winning rider. He's jumped ship. Has he deserted sensibly?
It's the boys watching the race.
Already riding a finish.
I got to do the visitors, you know, thing, taking a selfie as the race starts.
Even Frankie Dettori.
Yes.
Is enlivened as a tourist here at Flemington. And let's have a word for Damien Oliver. What a legend, his 32nd and final Melbourne Cup on a very talented horse, a Group 1 winner in Europe, Alan Kerr. This would be quite the farewell.
Yeah, exactly. It reminds me of 2 weeks ago when I had my last ride Champions Day and I won. I mean, what a story that would be if he wins it and become the third jockey in history to win 4 Melbourne Cups.
Kieran McAvoy also looking to equal that record. He's won 3 Melbourne Cups already. There's Solcombe, quite a quirky horse. Joe Moreira has to get him out of the barrier and not get left 4 lengths like he did in the Caulfield Cup. And Magical Lagoon, the mare, she's a classic winner from Europe as well. She won the Irish Oaks back in the day. Loading then for the race that stops the nation. The Lexus Melbourne Cup, to be called by the great Matt Hill.
Who's been very relaxed out behind the stalls. The Archer winner qualifying at the last moment on Saturday, going in. Right You Are is about to come forward. A magnificent training performance by Kieran Maher and David Eustace to get this galloper here today. A horse that bowed a tendon early in its life. The Melbourne Cup has always been on the calendar for this horse, and Right You Are goes in. The Japanese horse Breakup will be one of the next to load up as Vauban goes forwards, the favourite into barrier number 3. Vauban about to come along. Also joining them is Military Mission, who's drawn a good gate here, has the services of Rachel King with that big Group 1 here on Saturday. So they continue to load without a fight with Mark Zara, who won the race last year, looking to be the 12th horse to win the Caulfield Cup Melbourne Cup double. Breakup is in to barrier number 18. Vow and Declare, the first horse since Malua to run in the race 4 years after winning it. The 8-year-old Vow and Declare goes into the stalls with Billy Egan. More Fallons milling around. Also about to join the Magical Lagoon for Mark Duplessis. Shiraz, one of the bolters, True Marvel, who's also at 150 to 1 here, waiting its turn. As Lastochka, the French mare with Craig Williams, looking to win the Melbourne Cup again, waits her turn. Magical Lagoon just digging the heels in at the moment. So a couple of these horses just a little bit stirred up in these windy conditions out there at the 3,200 metre start. Vauban, the favourites, $5.70 pari-mutuel, but Gold Trip at $6. So we've still got 4 or 5 to come along. Deshaun Sweet Jr. is one of those. Now Shiraz with young Beau Mertens, trained by Chris Waller, who won this race with Very Elegant 2 years ago. True Marvel now, very relaxed indeed, goes in. So Deshaun Sweet Jr. and also More Fallons are going to be the final couple, with also Ash Run, Karen McAvoy, who's won this race 3 times with a white distinguishing cap. So they're just about right for the 163rd time, Melbourne, the running of the Lexus Melbourne Cup. Deshaun Sweet Jr. goes in. More Fallons goes up to the outside. And the field is set to run. Ready to go. And they're racing. And Solcombe stood there again and missed it by about 3 lengths this time. Beginning well towards the inside was Magical Lagoon, with also Serpentine, and not too far away Absurd, and also Vauban. Out deeper on the track, Future History, and also Right You Are coming over, and also Vow and Declare is 4 and 5 deep, and at this point of the race is about 2 off the lead and trying to push up from Carla Poor. They were followed next in the field by In Between Horses True Marvel. Military Mission is next, and just ahead of it is Absurd, and also Vauban along the inside. Next is Gold Trip as they come down the straight with just over a lap to go. Next is Lastochka, who's 4 deep around Shiraz and Without a Fight. They were followed by Ash Run, Breakup, Interpretation, Solcombe. Towards the back, More Fallons, and also Akita Sushi, and 2 further back is Virtuous Circle at the tail of the field. As they leave the running, the leader Serpentine by a length. In second, Future History. Third is Magical Lagoon, and Vow and Declare, 4th one off the fence. 2 lengths to Right You Are and Vauban, followed by Absurd. Carla Poor is 3 wide. Next along the inside is Gold Trip Lastochka. In Between Horses, Military Mission, and Even Speed in the Cup from Alan Kerr. They were followed one off the fence by Deshaun Sweet Jr. True Marvel 3 wide. Well back Without a Fight, Ash Run, Shiraz. Next along the inside, Solcombe, Breakup, Interpretation. Towards the back of the field, More Fallons, Akita Sushi, and last of all, Virtuous Circle. 1,700 metres to go in the Lexus Melbourne Cup. Serpentine is the leader. From on the outside, Carla Poor, and Future History is 3rd. A length and a half, Magical Lagoon, and also Vow and Declare, and they get away at this stage as they reach the 1,500 metres. They're 4 lengths in front of Right You Are and Vauban, saving every inch of ground. A length and a half, the stable made Absurd, and then came Gold Trip. A length away, Lastochka. Scotch is 3 wide at this stage, and then came Military Mission. A length away in the field is True Marvel, and then came Alan Kerr, Deshaun Sweet Jr. without a fight. Shiraz well back in the field, well back 2/3 down as Ash runs. Sulcombe and Breakup, and they were followed by More Felons as they string right out at the 1,000 metres. Akita Sushi is well back in the field as well, and towards the back, Interpretation and Virtuous Circle. So it's Serpentine running this along very solidly midway towards the 800 metres. It's a true staying test by 2 lengths to Carla Poor and Future History. Vow and Declare is nice and close, 3 or 4 off them. They were followed by Right You Are. Vauban's only about 4 or 5 off them. Absurd the outside. Gold Trip is tanking through, needs runs. Deshaun Sweet Junior's wedging through them, and Alan Kerr, plenty of hopes around the corner into the straight of the Lexus Melbourne Cup. And here's Vauban on the outside of Future History, and Vow and Declare between them. Absurd is also chiming in. 400 metres to go. It's Absurd moving up on the outside for Zach Purden. A length in front, but without a fight, is running on right down the centre of the track. Without a fight up to Absurd, Vow and Declare, and Shiraz the bolter. It's without a fight. 100 metres to go. 2 or 3 lengths in front, coming away from Shiraz, and also Sulcombe. Without a fight, Mark Zara, a Melbourne Cup champion, wins it by 2 lengths. Second in the race was Sulcombe, third Shiraz. They were followed by a photo for fourth. Ash run to Sean Sweet Jr. did Interpretation. Next in the field, Vow and Declare from More Felons. Absurd ran a race. Breakup, Military Mission. Well back in the field then Akita Sushi in company with Future History Listochka. Well back Alan Kerr with Carla Poor, Vauban. Then came Magical Lagoon Serpentine. One of the last to complete the course was Gold Trip, and Virtuous Circle was the last, and being pulled up at the 200 metres. Right You Are.
Without a fight, is the best stayer in the country, without a doubt. He completes the Caulfield Melbourne Cup double, and what a ride it was to Mark Zara. He now has 2 Melbourne Cups in a row. He had the pressure of making a call. Does he ride last year's winner Gold Trip? He made the right decision, all right. It was a beautiful ride, slicing through the field, and he was dominant without a fight. Back to back for Mark Zara. And for Anthony and Sam Freeman, the Melbourne Cup tradition continues. Their great-great-great-grandfather rode 3 Melbourne Cup winners.
Good on you, Sam.
Anthony combined with his brother Lee to win 5, and now he combines with his son Sam to win their first Lexus Melbourne Cup. Sulcombe was enormous running home well after missing the start, and Shiraz has run a career best race, but it's all about the winner without a fight, Gator.
Well, it is that. It is just all about the winner, the best staying athlete in the country. Went up a kilo, still had to carry his 56.5, and he ran the 30-200 out strongly off that really strong speed, which suits the best athletes as we know, and he was dominant that last 100 metres. Went straight past Vauban, and it's all on his winner for mine.
Eddie Maguire's with a very happy Sam Freeman. He looks cool, calm and collected, but this is a huge moment for him and his family.
Very, very cool, calm and collected Sam Freedman. Congratulations. What a moment again for your magical family in this Melbourne Cup.
Yeah, look, it's been a great race for the family. It's been a while between drinks, but it's good to get another one. And credit to the old man. You know, he's been incredible through all of this. You know, his wisdom and experience in nursing a horse through like this. He went up to Queensland with him and looked after him up there, and he got him right into form, and you know, he brought it back to Victoria, and he's been brilliant ever since. So credit to him.
Just on the family heritage, of course, it has been unbelievable. That's the 8th win going back to your great-great-great-grandfather who won free as a jockey. Of course, Lee and your uncles were magnificent, of course, all those years. But today, this is just something else, isn't it? Tell me about the ride and when you knew it was going to happen. And Mark Zara, can he pick a horse?
An extraordinary ride. Yeah, when you go back and watch it, he got him onto the rail from a wide gate, relaxed, switched him off, made a run through, and he was pretty confident probably the 800 he was travelling. He just needed the brakes to come, and the horse is a freak. He let down like he was a sprinter at the 400, and there were no doubts on the trip there late, so he was excellent.
Sam, we'll talk to you a little bit more. We're going to go at the Winksy with that jockey. Mark Zara, the winner of the Melbourne Cup.
Thank you, Eddie. I'm with Mark Zara. Back-to-back Lexus Melbourne Cup, mate.
Oh, geez, unbelievable. Like, if I could have thought I'd have that run from 16, I would have said he was unbeatable. But to the trainers' credit, Sam and Lee and all their team, he was just an absolute gentleman for today. Went to rail, switched off, And I probably got the front earlier than last year, but I just had that softer run and spent it with you, one of my best mates after line did better.
Like you said, from the circle though, it just was like boom, 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 like dominoes, dum, 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 dum. You just got there and then he was just boom, wasn't he?
Well, I was following Alan Kerr, probably not the best chance, but D. Oliver. In front of him was Gold Trip. In front of him was Ballbound. So I just thought, I'm going to stay here. They all made their moves, which opened up for me. And I was on a horse that you can just sit on, you know. He's got an electric turn of foot. And he just pulled me all the way to the line. And it was all over, and I stood up in the irons, giving the two fingers for two winners. I don't know what I was thinking, idiot.
Mate, you put you know what on the line this week, and you made a decision which you have to do for Melbourne Cup. What persuaded you? Just talk us through that.
Well, look, I've got Mark Hunter, who's a good friend, and probably I rate as one of the best judges in Australia. Spoke to him at length with it, and he said, you know, there's not much in it, but if you can get him to settle, he'll run it. And we went through the race, and I don't know, like the weather forecast, the stars aligned for Gold Trip last year, and they've aligned for this horse this year, and you know, I don't get to pick the result. I have to pick you before then. So, you know, just a few things, weight and all that. And the way he won the Caulfield Cup, I was confident he'd run it out today.
Another little trophy for your daughter.
Harper's going to be very happy when Daddy brings home another Melbourne Cup.
And your missus, she's out there. She never misses an event.
Yeah. Elise, all the family back at home. My manager, Reece Murphy.
Your sister's here?
Yeah, I love them all. And, yeah, I'm getting a bit choked up. So, we'll get back to you.
Of course we can! Go on, you brother! Yeah!
So that's going to be the meme of the Melbourne Cup from now on. So it's the other way. It's the other way, Mark. Put it that way. Back to back. Mark Zahra, he had the choice. He jumped off Gold Trip. He jumped onto Without a Fight. I know that would have been done some.